Summary of The Prince by Niccolò Machiavelli. Machiavelli, in his work The Prince, provides a smart and insightful overview of the techniques that a ruler must stick to in order to keep his position and successfully manage his state. Machiavelli uses examples from both the past and the present to show how realistic leaders can be successful. He does this in a clear and direct way. Machiavelli wrote his book as a gift to Lorenzo de' Medici, the master of Florence. He uses a lot of his own political experience to back up his very realistic ideas about people and how good leaders work. In a way that goes against common sense, Machiavelli tells smart kings to protect their states by using violence and trickery. The Prince looks at the careful balance between opposites by comparing good and bad, wealth and power, and subjects and masters. At the beginning of the treatise, Machiavelli asks Lorenzo to accept the prince as a token of my devotion. He says that his writing is based on his long acquaintance with politics and continuous study of the ancient world. In the first few chapters, Machiavelli explains what the prince is about and says that he will be writing about different kinds of rulers and principalities. Machiavelli goes on to talk about composite principalities, in which new states are appended to an old state. He says that new principalities are more difficult than family states. In this setting, Machiavelli talks about the main ideas in The Prince and tells kings to study the art of war and try to win the goodwill of the people. Machiavelli tells leaders to treat political problems like a wasting disease, making sure to find and fix them quickly and firmly. Using Cyrus and Romulus as models, Machiavelli talks about strength and urges prudent leaders to learn from great men. Some men become rulers by being strong, and Machiavelli says that these men gain their principalities with difficulty but hold them with ease. On the other hand, people who get power through luck become rulers quickly but have to work hard to keep their place. Machiavelli uses Cesare Borgia as an example of a ruler from his time who became famous through luck. He praises the strong foundations that Borgia laid for his future but laments the extraordinary and inordinate malice of fortune that destroyed the unfortunate duke. According to Machiavelli, all stable states are built on the same things: good laws and good arms. But Machiavelli stresses having good weapons and says that good rules inevitably follow from having strong armies. Machiavelli tells kings and queens not to use mercenary and reserve troops because they are to blame for the present ruin of Italy and the fall of the Roman Empire. The first way to lose your state is to neglect the art of war, says Machiavelli. He tells kings to study war when times are good so that they can reap the profit in times of adversity. Machiavelli breaks the line between good and bad behavior when he talks about how a prince should act morally. Machiavelli says that in order to protect his state, a prince must follow a special set of morals and often act in defiance of good faith, of charity, of kindness, and of religion. Because of the difficulties of being a leader, virtues and vices usually go against each other. However, Machiavelli tells smart princes to keep up the look of virtue. When asked, is it better to be loved or feared? Machiavelli says that if the prince can't be both the one and the other, it is better to be feared. A prince's most important job is to escape being hated by his people. He can do this if he doesn't take their property. For leaders to keep their positions, Machiavelli says they should have a flexible disposition, like a fox or a cat. When talking about the difference between skill and luck, Machiavelli says that luck controls half of people's lives and free will controls the other half. To take precautions against the malice of fortune, as Machiavelli says, princes should use their strength to get ready for the unexpected. Machiavelli says that the weak states of modern Italy are due to the bad political skills of their leaders. At the end, Machiavelli urges Lorenzo to use what he has learned from the prince in order to bring together Italy, which is currently in a state of conflict, and therefore reclaim the glory of ancient Rome.
About the author. Machiavelli was born in Florence, Italy. Machiavelli worked as an official and diplomat during his time in power. He went on trips to see Louis XII, Emperor Maximilian, and Cesare Borgia. In 1512, the Spanish attacked Florence and helped bring back the Medici family, who had been in charge of Florence before 1494. This changed Machiavelli's political fortunes. Because of this, Machiavelli, who worked for the government that got rid of the Medici family in 1494, was charged with plotting and tortured while in jail. In the 1520s, Machiavelli came back into public life after years of political absence, during which he wrote The Prince. He was 58 years old when he died.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.